quiet town of Emberwood, where the trees whispered ancient secrets and the fog rolled in every morning like an old friend. There was a legend that no one could quite remember the origin of. It was said that every 100 years, a door would appear in the middle of the forest, a door that no one had seen before. The door was plain, with no markings, and its wood had a peculiar, almost metallic sheen. The townspeople had learned to stay away, to pretend it wasn't there, because those who'd ventured through it had never returned the same or, in some cases, never returned at all. On the eve of the 100th year, a young artist named Kai, who had recently moved to Emberwood in search of inspiration, heard the stories. They tugged at him like a melody he couldn't get out of his head. He felt an undeniable pull, a strange curiosity mixed with excitement. Everyone around him warned him not to go, but something inside urged him forward. One misty evening, Kai found himself standing before the door. The fog swirled around his feet, and the air seemed charged, alive with energy. Without a second thought, he reached for the handle and turned it. As the door creaked open, a wave of warmth washed over him, and he stepped through. What he found on the other side was beyond anything he could have imagined. A vast, endless field under a sky that shimmered with colors he had never seen, swirling like paint on a canvas. The horizon was dotted with strange, glowing trees, and the ground beneath his feet seemed to pulse with life. But there was something off. The air was thick, as though time itself moved differently here. His mind swirled with visions half-remembered, fragments of people he hadn't met, and places he hadn't been. And at the center of the field stood a figure, cloaked in shadows, its face hidden. The figure turned slowly, and its voice was like a distant echo. "You are not the first to come," it said, "but you might be the last." Kai took a step forward, his heart racing. "Who are you?" The figure raised a hand, and with a soft, almost imperceptible gesture, the landscape around Kai began to shift. The colors bled into each other, the trees swaying like they were alive, and the sky darkened. "You are here to choose," the figure continued, "to find the door that leads you home, or to leave it all behind." Confused, Kai hesitated. He hadn't expected any of this. But the figure smiled, a smile that felt both comforting and unsettling. "You must decide now, Kai. What is it you seek?"